Hey, good afternoon. Bob, Trade Genius, 1st of November. And I'm going to start with the chart of ES here. And then I'm going to zoom into a closer view here in a sec. So, as I said this morning, I said this downtrend line here is going to be tough to break. It's 2 standard deviations from the main channel line. And this thing adjusts for volatility and it adjusts for time. And these are tough to break through. Usually, you're looking at typically 90% of the time it'll bring that price action back in towards the center, and it went ahead and it broke it, came right back in, did a doji, and then Apple reported and we had it drift down here, and we'll see what happens now when Europe opens here, Asia wakes, and the overnight action. But I'm pretty convinced here. We have the employment report too that we'll probably push down. We'll take a look at this 2691 area and see if that's the next destination for ES. And if you look here on a closer run here, we were up here at 2741, broke back into the top of the. This is basically a 5-day channel the same way. This is 2 standard deviations from the 5-day mean. Broke down. And it broke back to VWAP on the Apple report, and this 2 bear flags, not too bullish, and so now we have to see where we're going to drop down here. If you look at this chart here, 2711, and then look at this 2684. So we're all in this area here. So this is an area to look at for tomorrow if we come down and we touch it. NASDAQ looks pretty painful too. And then let me go over to here, trading view. I just want to show you this. This is our slingshot that we keep talking about here. This 4-hour. Okay, it gets to the bottom of the channel. It's firing like crazy to say, hey, there's a buy signal coming in here, and nice move on gold. And then it came back down again. We started getting these fired again. Boom. Hit it again, and the miners just erupted today. So it's just a good day all along. People who have the Silver Express should have gotten 5 or 6 signals automatically sent to them on some of the trades. It was a nice liftoff on the miners here, and I'm going to flip over to them right now. And there's one I was hoping it would come down a little bit lower. Only got down to 1230 before it lifted up. I had a buy limit in down here at 1210, and just missed getting filled. It's coming back up again, and this thing is just chugging along. And remember, when these miners start to go, I mean, we're going to be looking at, right here, just from the beginning of September, this is already a 35% move. Okay, the stock market is down 10%. Barrick Gold's up 35%. These moves are going to be between 400%. Some of these juniors will go up actually 8x. So that's why we're excited about it. This is now basically we're having a rotation into these precious metal commodities. And then AEM, we're in AG, which is next here, and this after the market hit 580, back to the channel here, and so they report on Tuesday, so they may just dicker around here until that's done. But AG is a really nice trade. It's trading in a nice channel right here. So, you buy here and until it breaks out of this thing. You're buying at 550, you're selling at 650. You can make a good living here doing that, selling calls, selling puts, and holding an increasing amount of shares over time. So, Anglo Gold had a good day. Yamana's coming up from the floor here. I don't know if this is going to reject it or if this is going to bull flag, but not quite ready to jump on that one. Looks like Cameco's trying to break out here, and I got burned on it twice last 2 weeks, so I'm kind of just waiting for it to break through. We'll see if this is after hour stuff, and if this thing starts to turn higher, I'll go back into into Cameco. The uranium stocks are going to have a nice 18-month to 2-year run, so maybe one of those things we get in, we just put a big old wide stop in and just let this thing run for us. But it looks like we might be getting a turn here on CCJ. Okay, DRD, Ego, some of the lower cost names here. EXK is coming back nicely. FCX, we went ahead and we took profit yesterday. I had 4% in 2 days. I just wasn't sure if we're flipping back and forth between precious metal, industrial metal kind of thing. Today we got a little bit of both. We'll see now if this thing flutters down, because tomorrow might be a down day in the market. And so I'll just wait for it to set up again. I'll take another buy on it later. It's still underneath its moving average and VWAP, so we have time for it. For tuna, okay, I'll go to GDXJ because that's what we're in. We had a buy signal on it last week. Got us in at 28.10, and then this time I was smart enough to put a really wide stop on this because they like to play games, and that's what they did. They just drove this thing down. We're back above our buy area, and I'm looking at probably my target right now is 29.5, and we'll see where this goes. But nice recovery, nice gap up on it here, and we'll see if it holds and can get back into that channel again. GG's looking to try to fill that gap at 10.50. I'm going to wait on it. I'm not going to try to chase any of these things that aren't starting to uptrend, except for Goro. Yeah, there you go. Famous last words. Just buy Goro. Buy 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, tuck it away, and it pays a dividend every month. I bought after the earnings report yesterday, and just stay with it. This company is really good. As gold prices go up, their cost of all in is around $600 an ounce, and the leverage they're going to get on gold moving higher is just going to be enormous. They're in the U.S. and Mexico, very stable mining countries, very stable laws. The Mexican government takes good care of these mining operations because they're so profitable for the country. And so just keep an eye on Goro. This was an earnings report, missed by a penny, and they punished it. But in 2 years from now, this thing will be flying. And when this thing went last time in 2011, Goro was just like a rocket ship. So just hold your nose and hold on. You'll like it. And we're in at 472, just FYI, if you don't check our sheet. Okay, GPL reported yesterday too. They missed on revenue, made on earnings. I bought 1/2 at 70. I had a buy limit at 53 to see if they were going to spike this thing down into earnings. Looks like they're not. I'll probably not buy the other half. I'll just see where this goes. I'm going to give it a week or two. If it crawls back over the profit line, I'll stay with it. If not, I'll bail out. We're in Hecla. Nice move on Hecla, and nice setup for tomorrow. Again, I'm looking for this thing to run back up to this moving average line, and then we'll see where it goes. IAG still waking up. Lithium. That's why I'm worried about the industrial metals tomorrow. That's pretty good rejection after hours on LIT. Okay, we had a great trade on Comstock. Waiting to get back in on that again. I'd love for it to go back down to 13 or 15 and jump back on for another rocket ship ride. So watching it closely. MAG had a nice day, but still, it's still recovering. Marijuana stocks. I think that horse has left. A nice day on Newfield. NovaGold had a nice day. New Gold is still setting up. This nickel stock, I like this one a lot, and I'm just waiting for it to turn up. It's industrial metal, and I put it in with you have lithium, uranium, nickel. I think these are industrial metals that have strategic and secular value going forward. You just have to buy them at the right price. But I want this thing to start turning higher first, and then take advantage of its dips after that. Pan American likely to enter here, and this is a very low cost silver producer, so this is one you want to put in your need to own and tuck away camp. Goro Gold, Pan American Silver, Anglo Gold. Barrick Gold. These are the ones you want to hold long term during the bull move. Platinum Group, we're finally getting our move here a little bit. I have a sell limit on it at 21, and I think it's gonna pop it. So make sure you have your sell limit in place, just like we did with Comstock. All of a sudden, out of the blue, you get filled, and hey, we'll take another 30% move if we can get our hands on it. And SAL had a nice return on it. The only thing I don't like about SAL is that their biggest position is not a precious metal pure play. So I was made me a little uncomfortable with it. But SALJ is one that, if you don't want to own all these miners, just I'll wait for a buy signal from us on SALJ, and you could trade in and out of that one as well. Silver had a nice day, broke down to the bottom of the channel, gapped. We have an island reversal here. It did it here too. So probably looking for it to get over 14. At some point it's going to break this channel at 14. But it's the same thing as when you're looking at First Majestic. Hey, people are selling calls on it here. They're selling puts on it here. You can make a great living doing that. You can probably double your money even if it doesn't go anywhere more than $13 to $14. Okay, SPY. I'm waiting for this thing to roll down again. Broke out of its channel. It's rolling over. And we'll see if it breaks this line, though. Right here, if it breaks that 274 area, then it's going to go to 280. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. And I don't see if Apple gives us some weakness tomorrow, though. Let's see here. Okay, SSR mining here. Still nice. Looks like it's going to go back up into the channel again too. Here's the other one of our lotto picks here. It's pretty much at the price we bought it. We bought it at 71 cents. Again, I have a 90-cent on it for a sell limit. And just looking at where it was before it popped over $1, and these things just come out of the blue. All of a sudden, it just starts getting expansion and go. So I figured between 90 cents and $1, if it tries to double top, we'll catch that move and we'll make 30% on it. Okay, I'm talking about uranium. Here's a really low cost one that you can get your hands on, make some money. And then URA is the ETF. And I want this thing to climb back over its moving average, and I want to see this thing start to zigzag higher before I jump back into this again. It's one thing to keep playing these low ball trades. I just want to get in one of these and just ride the wave if I can, like we did here for nearly a month. That's what we want to do again. So I want this blue line to come back up on me here, so I can ride the wave, and then you can take half off if you want when these things get overbought. But you can at least you can make a nice 10-15% move. Let's see here, UVXY. We'll see if that's selling holds tomorrow. And let's see, I have a couple more I want to show you here. Let me go to, okay, here's wheat. Wheat popped again at the bottom of the channel. It's another one you can just trade this channel. Buy at 6, sell at 7, and Russian wheat supplies are dwindling. So this thing will be holding here, and it's at the lows. So you buy it here, and you can't be very wrong. But if you can get 10% moves on it, it shouldn't matter how you make your money. Okay, Wheaton has a great day, and then Apple did not. And then my last one here, so I don't bore you with more charts, is here's corn, and corn's in a nice channel too, 16 to 16.75, and you can bounce around that. We're holding that, holding wheat. We got our stop set on those. We're pretty full here, but I'm giving signals out on other stuff because other people like different things. So just keep looking for them. And like I said, if you want to trade with us, you can get that slingshot from us. You can get the Silver Express. Just go in there and just inquire as to any of the bundles that we have, and if we have any sales running. We ended yesterday, but if you go ahead and call in and ask to see if you can take advantage of it, I'm sure you could probably talk my sales guy into something. But give it a whirl, and we'll be back at you this weekend. Bye bye. Thanks for listening.